Alright, so the first thing we're doing, we're back, just finished connecting to some people I ain't talked to in a long ass time. They've been busy, but they've been still on the channel, but finally they're back in the voice chat so we can hear their wonderful, wonderful voices again. Thank you guys for coming through. Y'all have been cool. But the night is getting late. I definitely want to make some dinner tonight, so I gotta finish this work. And tomorrow's fucking New Year's, which I don't know when this video is coming out, but tomorrow's New Year's. And so I have to make plans for that, because I know my girlfriend hasn't said she wants to do anything, but I'm sure it would be a nice surprise, given that our anniversary is on the 1st. Which I don't. She doesn't watch enough of my videos to hear me say that, but like, kind of forgot our anniversary was on the 1st till just now. So we gotta do some shit, fellas, men out there. Hey, don't have an anniversary. And I only do year anniversaries. I don't do month anniversaries. I think month anniversaries are stupid. I know some people want to do weekly anniversaries. That shit's just, it's dumb expensive. Who the fuck wants to spend that kind of money? But yeah, I forgot our anniversary is on the 1st. Don't do it by other big holidays. Get like a random ass date, because we just had Christmas, nigga. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Flowers, definitely gonna do flowers, because I don't ever buy flowers for anything. Not because I think it's corny, but because I have allergies and it's practical. So, anywhoozin', times that try to censor a game failed. And that makes me laugh hysterically, because YouTube has been censored massively through demonetization, and that kind of failed with the advent of Patreon, I guess. You know, having the Patreon open, I'm just like, I can just do whatever the fuck I want still in my vids, which is great. And I know a lot of people are walking on eggshells. Dashi even censors himself now, which is just like, I don't even know how that would be. It would take me so long to get used to that. So, but yeah, let's check this out, dude. I know there's some fun stuff in here that we know about. Yeah, okay, let's do this.
Depraved or overtly sexual a video game is, rallying the public in an effort to censor a title will always bring more attention to the game in question. If you tell the gaming audience that they can't play a game,
Overwatch was a big one. And what's that? Xenoblade, right? If you type in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but yeah, there's a fucking character in there who just like, it just doesn't even make any goddamn sense, dude. She wouldn't be able to fucking walk with the size boobs that she has. Her back would just be strained continuously.
Want to play it.
So tell your folks, buy me, Bonestorm, or go to hell!
Here are a few examples when video game censorship went very wrong. Death Race. If you think public outrage over video games is a modern thing, think again. Exidy's Death Race is a 1976 arcade title in which players zoom around a black and white screen, running over stick figures to gain points. Officially, the creatures are gremlins, but there's little difference between a monster and a normal human being in the space of a few pixels. Death Race wasn't anything special, but once the Associated Press ran an article about it, weirdly comparing the game's digital beeps to the scream of a child, it was off to the digital races. Wow. After that, various articles denounced the game as sick and morbid and called for its removal from arcades. The end result? Death Race sold very, very well. And in 1976, Exidy made $3 million thanks to Death Race alone. Exidy released games until 1989, and violent video games were here to stay. Mortal Kombat. Way back in the early 90s, Nintendo controlled 90% of the United States video game market, but it had a powerful rival. Sega managed to create a unique niche for itself by promoting their 16-bit Sega Genesis as a more mature, edgier product than the Super Nintendo, which was portrayed as a family-friendly toy. Enter the notoriously bloody fighting game, Mortal Kombat.
The original was it like a Sega, right? Johnny Sega. That shit was
After a successful arcade release, both Nintendo and Sega had to make a choice when it came to their console editions. To censor or not to censor? Sega went for blood, albeit in a roundabout way, with an easy-to-remember cheat code to unlock the game's gore. But Nintendo kept it clean.
Jesus. Wait, that's it?
As a result, the Genesis's version of Mortal Kombat sold more copies than its Nintendo cousin, inadvertently proving Sega's point. The Genesis really was the system to usher in the next era of gaming. Night Trap. There's only one reason you've heard of Night Trap, and it's not because the 1992 full-motion video game is any good.
I'm so confused. What's going on?
In 1993, when the United States Senate held a hearing about the effects of video games on players, politicians singled out Night Trap and Mortal Kombat as particularly egregious examples of video game violence.
The second game is Night Trap, which is a game set in a sorority house. The object is to keep hooded men from hanging the young woman from a hook.
Complaints from parents followed, and Sega pulled Night Trap from store shelves right before Christmas, promising to release a censored version down the line. But instead of keeping the contents under wraps, the Senate hearings boosted the game's profile on a national scale.
Same thing with
when Night
parental
Trap came out for PC and Mac in 1994, Digital Pictures specifically used the controversy as a selling point. The real kicker? The ESRB, which was founded as a direct response to these Senate hearings, rated the upcoming Night Trap remaster T for Teen, appropriate for players 13 and up. Manhunt. Rockstar Games is well acquainted with controversy, being the folks behind the Grand Theft Auto series and all, but despite critics' claims, Grand Theft Auto doesn't force you to run over hookers or innocent pedestrians. For the most part, the only people that you'll have to kill are other criminals. Rockstar's Manhunt is different. Speaking to Games Radar, a former Rockstar employee revealed the game's troubled history, revealing that company employees threatened to mutiny because of the game's excessively violent content, saying, "With GTA, we always had the excuse that the gameplay was untethered. You could play completely ethically if you wanted. Manhunt, though, just made us all feel icky. It was all about the violence, and it was realistic violence." The rest of the world responded similarly. Politicians introduced the legislation to fine retailers that sold mature games to kids, and after an alleged Manhunt fan murdered a 14-year-old with a hammer, mimicking one of Manhunt's grisly kills, some stores pulled the game entirely. When Rockstar decided to press ahead with an even more depraved sequel, they didn't even have to do much marketing. As the New York Times noted, Manhunt 2 has received free publicity and media attention it would have never enjoyed were it not for the presumably unwitting complicity of the ratings boards and self-appointed media watchdogs.
It is called Manhunt 2. And we must warn you, there is nothing about this that is not disturbing.
Has anybody ever
Honey Pop. It's not just violence that attracts censors. Sex is a big problem too, especially in North America.
Wait, what the
Take
fuck was
Honey
that
Pop,
one?
for example, a game that fuses match 3 puzzles with a visual novel, but it also asks the player to seduce a variety of anime women. Succeed, you'll not only get down with your digital lady, but you'll also unlock some explicit illustrations. Critics begrudgingly agree that it's a good puzzle game, but at its core, it's pretty clearly cartoon porn. While Honey Pop is right at home among the visual novels produced in Japan, it's awfully racy for mainstream American outlets, and it's been both banned from Twitch and heavily censored on Steam. But that controversy also generated awareness. Honey Pop moved around 540,000 copies in its edited form, which isn't bad for a niche title. Of course, there's a catch. Shortly after Honey Pop arrived on Steam, the game's developers released a free patch that restored the hidden content, voiding the Steam-imposed censorship after all. Point? Perfect.
Which I was sent
too. The difference
multiple times on my email address. You guys sent me that like a lot. Like I have, the second we played the first episode, they're like, "Oh, by the way, man, here's a link to a patch, just in case you were wondering." Like
censorship made for the Postal franchise is clear. The first Postal received mediocre reviews and didn't make much of an impact, aside from an attempted ban championed by Senator Joe Lieberman. Its sequel, Postal 2, spawned a feature film spin-off, broke sales records, and continues to receive expansion packs and new content from its developer, even though the game is 15 years old.
Postal 2 is fucking nuts.
What changed? The New Zealand government succeeded in banning Postal 2 on the grounds that the game is designed and has the capacity to allow the players to test how much violence and humiliation he or she can inflict on human beings.
That's not wrong.
Australia refused to certify the game, effectively making it illegal in the country. country. The Swedish government tried and failed to sue Postal 2's local distributor for selling violent content. All of these things just ended up promoting the game. Postal 2 even received an expansion pack in 2015, and a modern remaster of the first game arrived in 2016. Plans for Postal 4 are reportedly underway, and if history is any indication, it'll freak out people all over again. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Say fuck it, dude. Like, unlike my main channel, my gaming channel doesn't get reviewed for monetization. Like, they just don't review the videos, doesn't matter how long they've been up. Maybe we should just play like some of the most violent games on the internet on my fucking gaming channel, dude. That shit would be hilarious. But yeah, that was good, dude. Trying to censorship is very hard. You have to be very careful on how you attempt to censor things, because people do not like to be censored, man. They just don't like it. Even though I've thought that like I could deal with it well, I don't know. It just bothers you on like a deep level. Like eventually I can get over it, but that just sucks, dude. That's it. It just sucks, man. I wish we could find a more current one for like that has like covers like Overwatch and like Xenoblade Chronicles. I know they tried to censor some of the character designs there, so we'll look for it. But the old ones were good because those are games that everybody knows about. So that was actually a really good video, dude. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace out. That shit was great.
Crocs, 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 Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. Wearing Crocs, boy. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. Wearing Crocs, boy. My Crocs are gold. My pops is old. My Crocs got soul. My Crocs are bold. I go to church wearing Crocs. I'm always turned wearing Crocs. My Crocs are great. Your Crocs are lame. With my Crocs, I can cross a lake. Crocs, 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 Crocs.